Hello students, now in this session I will explain sum number 1, 2, 3 of question number 3 of exercise 4.4 chapter simple equation. Okay, now let me just read out sum number 1 of question number 3 students. Now Irfan says that he has 7 marbles more than 5 times the marbles Parmit has. Now we will frame the statement into the equation form. So what Irfan is saying? So Irfan is saying that he has 7 marbles more than 5 times the marbles that Parmit is having. So this is the equation form of the statement. Fine. So Irfan is carrying 7 marbles more than 5 times the marbles that Parmit is having. Okay. So this is the main equation on which we have to work out. Now what are the more details given in the question? Irfan has 7 marbles. They have also said Irfan has not 37 marbles. Irfan is carrying Irfan is having 37 marbles. Fine. So what we have to find it out? We have to find out marbles does Parmit have. So we do not know how many marble Parmit is having. So we'll let the number of marbles Parmit have. Let the number of marbles Parmit have be x. Okay, now we'll implement all those values in the equation. Now as we are already aware of how many marbles Irfan is having, 37. So in place of Irfan we'll write 37, then we'll write 7 plus 5 into how many marbles Parmit have? What is the number that we have assumed? X. So we'll write x here. So what is the product of 5 into x? 5x, isn't it? Please do imply sign. 5x. Now we can write this equation in different form also. That means 7 plus 5x is equals to 37, isn't it? Now what is the first thing that we have to transpose towards right hand side? I said, I hope you all remember, that means 7 we have to take towards right hand side. So it will look like 5x is equals to 37 minus 7. So that would be 5x equals to 30. Now we have to find the value of x. So we have to transpose this 5 towards right hand side. So it will look like x would be equals to 30 by 5. And the final answer we'll get is 6. That means number of marbles Parmit have is what? 6. So we will write, therefore, number of marbles Parmit have is 6. This is how we'll conclude sum number 1 of question number 3. Okay. I hope all of you can see the board properly. Okay. Now let's move on to sum number 2. Sum number 2 we have Lakshmi's father is 49 years old. So we'll write this. So Lakshmi's father, fine, is 49 years old. Okay, Lakshmi's father is 49 years old. Now in the second statement it is said he is Lakshmi's father. Okay, so Lakshmi's father is 4 years older than 3 times Lakshmi says. So how we'll write? So he is Lakshmi's father's only. So Lakshmi's father is what they have said 4 years older. That means 4 plus 3 times Lakshmi says. That means 3 times Lakshmi's age. Okay, so this is your required equation. Fine. So this is your required equation. Now, as we know, how old is Lakshmi's father? 49 years. So we are aware of Lakshmi's father's age, but we are not aware how much older is Lakshmi. What is the age of Lakshmi? We do not know. So we'll let this first. Let the age of Lakshmi is of Bx. Now we'll implement all those values in the equation. Now in place of Lakshmi's father we'll write 49. Okay, 4 plus 3 into x, isn't it? Because we have assumed Lakshmi's age as x. Now 49 is equals to 4 plus 3x, isn't it? So how to write this equation? 4 plus 3x is equals to 49. We can write in this form also. Okay, now we'll take this 4 towards right hand side. So it will look like 3x is equals to 49 minus 4. Okay, so what will be the required difference? It would be 45. Now we have to transpose 3 also towards right hand side. So it will look like x is equals to 45 upon 3, isn't it? So if you reduce this, 3 ones are 3, 3 15s are, isn't it? So the value of x would be 15. So 15 is whose age? Lakshmi's age. So you will write, therefore Lakshmi's age is 15 years. So this is how we'll conclude sum number 2. Okay students, now let's move on to sum number 3. Now sum number 3 we have people of Sundargram planted some trees in the village garden. Some of the trees were fruit trees and some of the trees are non-fruit trees. Okay. Now in this third sentence they have said the number of non-fruit trees were 2 more than 3 times the number of fruit trees. Now we'll frame the equation. So what they have said, the number of non-fruit trees. So number of non-fruit trees. So number of non-fruit trees would be equals to what? 2 more than 3 times the number of number of fruit trees. So this is the equation that we have obtained from third sentence of the question. Fine, and this is your required equation, boys. Fine, so non-fruit trees is equals to 2 more than 3 times the number of fruit trees. Now what is, if there is any other details given? Yes. What was the number of fruit trees? So we have to find number of fruit trees when number of non-fruit trees is given 77. So number of non-fruit trees given, boys, it is already given, that is 77. What we do not know is how many number of fruit trees are there. So we'll let number of fruit trees be x. Fine. Now we'll implement all those values in where? In the equation. So non-fruit tree is what? 77. So we'll write 77 here in place of non-fruit tree. And then we'll write 2 plus 3 into, in place of non-fruit tree, what we'll write? Absolutely right. That is x. Now the next thing that we have to do is 3 into x is what? 3x. Absolutely. 3x. I know. You people all know it. So how to write this equation? I know you are saying 2 plus 3x is equals to 77. Now what is the first number we'll take? 2 towards right hand side, isn't it? So 3x is equals to 77 minus 2. So it will be 3x equals to 75. Now we have to find out the value of x, and how to do that? We have to transpose this 3 towards right hand side. That is x is equals to 75 by 3. And if you reduce this, 3 ones are 3, 3 25s are. So we'll get the value of x as 25. That means number of fruit trees that we have assumed as x, and now we know what is the value of x, that is 25. So now we can say, therefore number of fruit trees is what? 25. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood sum number 1, 2 and 3. So that's it for today's session, boys. Thank you so much. God bless you all and take care.